Alright, so we are back. I'm going to go ahead and just hop into the other workspace. The chat box is on. Hopefully it will actually receive stuff. I'll even put a demo. Hello there. We'll see if that runs. I wonder why it's asking me to sign into my YouTube on here. Kind of annoying, actually. But crap. Docs. Well, there, look, the chat looks like it's working. So I can't give I can't give a heart to it unless I sign in. I don't know why I'm not signed in, but whatever. But it is showing up, so that's a good sign. Anyway, in this one, we're going to be looking at texturing Jill. I don't have my headphones on, it's just because they make my ears itch, and I'm not listening to anything at the moment. I was listening to Oates play some Super Metroid, but I couldn't play any Metroid today because my emulator won't run. I tried. I could reboot, but we're going to refresh that and I'll hop into here. Okay, cool. So that's all running as we're... Alright. Yeah, so... It's weird, like, for like a device capture, it only captures the current window. It doesn't capture all the subsequent windows within a particular app. So I'll just use the standard display capture. But here we are. So we have our Jill. Some things I did in between is I did fluff the hair up a little bit, so it's not quite as flat. I went through and did some, asymmetrical pulls on here to kind of fluff it out, and I did extend the bangs a little bit and give them some bend. But now we're going to take this and bring it into Photo Shop. So let me grab all of the arm pieces here. The arm is all using the same kind of texture, so I'm going to grab that. Let's do image. Oh, I have to grab the UVs. Hold on. Technically, you don't have to grab the UVs if you have it selected in object mode, which I did have, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way. This is going to be Jill _ arm UVs. I don't have to have a high resolution for this. I could really take this down to something a lot less than 2048, but I'll just go ahead and keep it as it is. Torso, pelvis. I think that's all I cared about having on this particular one. I will move these slightly. Image, snapshot, Jill. I'll say torso. All of the leg pieces. Whoops. Ooh, that one's out of bounds. There we go. This is leg. I guess I don't need a whole lot of resolution for the face. I could dial that down and get the face, hair, and hat in one go. Normally you want to have a lot of resolution for the face, but this is a low-res character, so I think I'll be okay. You know, just kind of like random. I have random thoughts all the time. Love to share them. Let's see, this is the face. We'll save. I still remember, and I've got a pretty good memory. So things that I have in my brain box, I remember just fine. New things, I don't remember quite as well or as quickly. So I don't know if there's like brain damage that happened over the years, or if it's because of just aging. But anyway, I remember the first time. Go away, Avast. I saw Ghostbusters. And what's really fun about that is there's a lot of things that I remember having conversations about as a kid with another kid, you know, and not fully understanding the dialogue and just remembering not fully understanding the dialogue, and then years later, random things that go into my brain. Anyway, I need to get some stuff. So let's see. Where is Maya? Projects, default, images. Where is Jill? All right. This and this. Torso. And I guess I can put all this in one file, so I'll just drop them all in. Most likely it'll just load as separate pieces though. I think I'll do the face as one. Where is Jill's face? Cool, and then this will be face UVs. Here's the arm. Leg, torso. You guys can hear me, right? Alright, so I'll make a folder for these. This is going to be UVs. Go away, dog. Okay, first thing I'm going to do would be the face. So I'll turn those on. Oh, you know, all of these, I really should just rasterize these. I guess it won't matter. Let's put on a background. Why are you being a jerk face? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sure. It's easier to see things on a black background. And then I'll put a stroke onto there. A stroke of genius. Let's do the outside. Drop this down to like 2. Cool. Nobody voted on what they wanted this to be painted in, so I opted for Photoshop. I make a folder. This is going to be the face. And then the beret, if I look in here, the beret is blue. And let's give me a second here. Hello there. Where in the heckadoodle did that go? I know it exists because I'm using it. Oh, that's in the game design textures. Game design, reference, images. There it is. Okay. I'm going to go with this blue. I like that color blue, so I'm just going to steal it. There is an emblem on the side of it. I guess I could just paint that on. And select that region. So boom, 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 boom. So I can do like a lasso. Just fill it in. I don't have to worry about being in the lines or anything. On the side, there's an emblem. I could paint the emblem on. No big dealio. I'm not going to. Okay, maybe I will, but I won't make it perfect because I'm going to be lazy. But I'll make another layer, and that emblem kind of looks like a little... Yeah. There, I freehanded a little emblem. Let me go ahead and just fill that in. And you can put whatever decorative things you want in there, like lettering or painting or whatever. Let's see, let's this, maybe do like... There's my really bad finger painting, you know, and then I'll do like a border. That's a bad border. My wife is playing Beat Saber. I hope I don't get copyright struck for like the music in the background. I don't even know if you can hear it. Okay, so I'll call this one little badge. And of course, applying this directly to the UVs like this will likely result in distortion because I didn't really plan for this to be here. Actually, I won't damage the original. I'll make a copy. There we go. And then I can do whatever I want to this one. Put it on the side here. Cool. For the hair, she's just got brown hair. I'm going to steal the brown that her hair is. Fun fact, brown does not really exist. It is dark orange. Now I'll grab two versions of that, one darker, one lighter. And then I will create a layer for the hair. Let's see. Can I play Overwatch? I don't even have Overwatch. Now, when you're asking about Overwatch, are you asking about the original Overwatch or Overwatch 2? Because if I'm going to acquire one of them, I don't want to acquire 5 copies of it. So here's this. To get the little fibrous strands of the hair, I'm going to go ahead and turn the UVs off here. Make this look a little bit more like hair. One of the things that I can do is take my brush. I'll make it a little bit smaller. And then I'll take my color and go a little bit darker. And then on top of the hair, I'm just going to do some strokes. Where's the front? I need to know where the front is. So on this, grab one of those. The front is toward the back. Okay. So as I start making strands, this does not have to be perfect. I'm going to make it a little bit messy, and I'll have some areas that kind of crisscross. This is going to look pretty awful, but it should get the point across. Now hair tends to flow in a particular direction, which is why I kind of went in a spiral. You can see I got some very random strands here and there. Overwatch 2, is it free? Okay. Alright, that should be good there. Let's go ahead and move on to the face. Alright, so I'm going to actually steal her face from her face here. Check this out. On this image, I'm going to grab this part. Why would I paint it if I can just steal it? And then in here, let's go ahead and paste that in. It doesn't have to be high res because this is a low res character. Let's go ahead and just make this. Alright, so her eyes are kind of up here-ish. Her nose is about there. That's going to look terrifying, but it's going to be funny. So I'll go ahead and just save that there. I need this skin tone. I'll just steal that as well. Now, skin is not really just one skin, like one shade. There's multiple different undertones and all that stuff, but it's whatever. She's basically a cartoon character. I'm just gonna fill this in. There's the ear. Under the chin here, the other ear. All I'm really stealing are the eyes anyway. Get rid of some of that shading. There we go, this random face inside there. We're gonna see how that's gonna look as well. There we go. Overwatch kind of sucks. That's funny. Alright, so we'll get the first of these out. I'll go ahead and save this as a copy. And then images, let's put this inside of, where's my game design folder? Game design, I should make a Resident Evil folder. Jill face. Let's make this a Targa. Oh, I should turn the UVs off. Let's also save the Photoshop file there. That way I'm not chasing a ghost the whole time. Bum, 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 bum. So where am I getting Overwatch from? Is it going to be from Steam? Is it going to be from Blizzard? What do I need? Alright. So anyway, I got those. Let's jump back into here. Let's... Come on, UV editor, go away. So throw on a shader. I'll call this face texture. Oops, I changed the name of something. Let's locate that file. Look at that. Beautiful. Amazing. Oh, that's terrifying. I do need to resave that image without the UVs on it, though. Get the Targa file. There we go. Let's update. And then we'll put this on the hair and the hat. So assign existing material, face texture. See, you got little hair strokes. It's so terrible, but you get the idea, right? And then, yeah, and then the hat. Look at the RPD. Look at that. From a distance, you can't even tell it's somebody else. She looks exactly like it is in the picture. Amazing. Oh, the one terrifying blue eye, some brows. I love it. It's amazing. Yeah, have a good night. Okay, let's finish texturing this gal. UVs. Let's turn the face off. Let's turn the torso on. Turn that one off. I'll make a group here. This will be the torso. Actually, I'll do vest. So the vest color is going to be this stony gray color. So I'll just steal that. And then anywhere where the vest is going to be will be stony gray. I'll just fill in. That's pretty good. What color is that belt supposed to be? Let's take a look. Similar. Okay. There is a skin color that I need, so this will be the neck. For the neck, I need to borrow the skin tone that I had for the face. I'll steal that. Just turn that back off, get the neck. I don't need you, the neck is up here. Okay. This stuff is the color of the shirt. So here's the shirt. It's this blue color again. You know, I think I'll just steal it from the hat because I want to have a consistent color. Okay. So the hat is, or so the shirt's up here. I think that's pants. Yes, that's pants. Back. Okay. Realistically, I can just change the background color of this particular thing to fill in those, but I'll just paint it. Oh, crap, I'm on the wrong. Should definitely, at the very least, have a different thing. So this will be the shirt color. Now, the reason I'm doing separate layers for the different colors is if I want to swap them out quickly, I can do it. Layers kind of help control a lot of that stuff. And then the pants, they're like a khaki color. What's next on the list here? Oh, right. We turn the UVs. Oh, I need this one. I really don't know what that is. Let's go take a look. Okay, so that's the top of the pants, and this is the bottom of the pants. Yeah, okay. So I'll get the pant layer, and I'll just paint these in. And then up here, since this is also pants, I'll just go ahead and get that. And I can always go to this shirt layer and just erase the part that I don't need, which is up here. Okay. Let's turn the UVs off for that. We'll save this, and we'll save out the target file. Appropriate target file. This is Jill torso. You can see all this stuff, right? Okay. That'd be really bad, right? You two need to have the torso material. It always goes to default location. You can change the default, but why bother? Where's Resident Evil at? Torso. I don't know if that khaki is a good color for her. It almost looks like her skin tone. Might have to be a bit more selective on that color choice. We'll see. Once we get all the pants done, we'll come back to it. So a new group. Let's do pants. Throw on some UVs here. This is going to be the leg. And then inside here, we've got pants. We have pads. And we have, we've got the socks, and we've got the boots. Okay, so pants, I currently have that. This is a boot. I think this is part of the boot. Upper pant, pad, lower pant. Pant, okay. Oh, get my brush, start panting this up. Okay, get the lower, actually that's part of the boot, so I'll skip that. This is pants. The advantage of doing this inside of like Mudbox is I can see exactly on the model what I'm painting. I don't have to trace back to where the UVs are mapped to. I'll go ahead and just paint these. These, I think, are all the same. And if I'm wrong, I can always go change the color. I think these ones are on the boot. Oh no, that's lower leg section, but they might be on the boot. The boot color. They're a brown, if I remember. Yes. Grab that brown color. Boots, boots. There we go. That's the sole. Of course, if you had anything like laces or whatever, you could do your lace pattern. So like I'll grab, hit X here, and I'll grab this for the laces. This is the front of the boot. Yeah, so this is over here. Let me dial that down. And let's do something like this. Right? Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but that should give you like a little bit of a lace pattern. And then up here, we've got the socks. Let's do... It's like a military gray. Really, I could just steal this and put that pattern on there. Let's do that. Let's steal this. And then I'll take that. Now, realistically, you'd want to make sure that this side and that side match. You're not going to go down to examine that it doesn't match, so I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, I think it's good enough. The sole of the boot is this color here, so I'll just steal that color. And we'll go down to the sole. Oh, I don't have the sole on here. Sole. Need a bigger brush. Okay, so there's the sole. Knee pad. Let's grab the pad here. Okay, so basically all the things are laid out. Turn those off, we'll save. Save a copy. Target. Pants color. So I'm going to grab all the legs. Yep. Where is there? Pants. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change the khakis. I think it's too close to the skin color. It looks like she's naked. Her socks look like tree bark, but oh, that's terrible. So something's going on with this boot's UVs. Oh, that's a shame. You see the cheap laces? Let's see what's going on with this boot here, this leg. Huh. Now what I'll do is nuke this and that, and this. Now I'll just do all. So for the pants, I'm going to go back in. For all the khakis, I can grab the pants just by itself because it's isolated as its own thing. And instead of it being the color that it currently is, I could just take it down a peg, right? I can go inside of image, adjustments. Let's do hue saturation, see what I can do with those. Don't really like either of those. I want to go darker. So let's try brightness and contrast. Take the brightness down some, contrast. Don't really like those either. But what I can do as an alternate, let's do a color overlay. I can just pick another color out of here. What's a good khaki-ish color? Kind of like that. And then I'll do the sock over here. Let's fix that. Since that didn't work, I'll just nuke it. Let's turn on the UV so I can see what I'm doing. Let's pick, what do they have, like a military-ish gray, just slightly darker. Okay, and then I'll get a darker color. And I'll lower that down. I'll just do the ribs here. Update that. Better. But I do have to change the color for the pants here up there. So whatever filter I'm putting on for this, let's see, copy layer style, then I'll go up to the torso, get the pants, and then I'll paste the layer style. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Torso. There we go. Now we got the arms. That face is just amazing. Love it. Love it. Oh, there goes my back. My OCD wants me to clean up this, but no, I'm not doing it. This is for the memes here. We need the arms. Crap. Inside the arms, I've got shirt, pads, gloves, and then fingers. Right, I think that's all the things. And she has like an arm badge, but I can just steal that from the other thing. Okay, let's turn on the UVs for that particular area. Arms. Okay. Fingers. We'll turn the face on. I'll steal the color from the face. Turn the face off. And I'll get the fingers. Let's just bring this up. Yeah, that'll work. All the fingers are done. Gloves. What color shall I steal for the gloves? Actually, I will use... Oh, they're kind of two-toned. Well, that's too much effort, so I'm going to steal the dark gray that I got off of this. Actually, I'll just steal that from the pants layer. Okay. Gloves. Now the gloves and the pads actually use the same color, but for the pads I will paint them separately only because I want to have the ability to change it if I need to. So here's the pads. And then the shirt color, I can get that from, where's the torso at? There it is. Torso, I'll steal the shirt. Shirt color. And then these are inside of the arm, so I'll just paint them the shirt color. Yeah, and I think that'll probably do all of the things that we need for this paint job. Save a copy here. Now, any paint job you do for your character is gonna depend on the amount of time and effort you put into it. There's hardly any effort put into this, so hardly any effort is showing. We grab that and we put on the arm color. Careful, she's armed. I still have to make her like a little gun and whatever not, but I probably won't do that. Resident Evil, pants, torso, arms. There's the arm. Fingers. Amazing. And then I can just do the other arm. I suspect I'm going to have the same kind of problem on this side that I had on those. So I'm just going to nuke the arm over here. And I will just duplicate. So sometimes when you do a transfer of UVs, they get distorted. That happens because of vertex order. So when you do a mirror across, you do a paint, just to kind of show. So when you have an object, okay, well, I'll put one here and I'll just copy and paste one over. Oh, weird. I'll do another one over here. You munch. Okay. So let's say you have an object, and on this one, you have one. Let me go thicken this up here. You've got, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 for your vertex order, right? Well, when you mirror, say I want this to be a mirror over here, I'll sometimes end up with this. So you end up with 1, 2, 4, and then 3. So the exact position of this object to that object is mirrored. It's flipped, right? So when you apply your texture over to there, you get, when it tries to map for the UV positions, you get some weird results sometimes, because it'll say, hey, this vertex should be over there, and you get, it basically comes out backwards, which is what we had earlier. The upside of having the UVs already done is they correspond to the correct vertex number. So when you move it over, even if those numbers get mirrored, their relative position is consistent. So that's what we're doing. Let me save and then mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is Jill after all? Right hand. Right forearm. and right upper arm. Of course, we'll save that just in case it breaks. She's beautiful. Look at this. All right. Let's go ahead and clear all things history. All right. Man, why does it do this to me? And you get all these bits of geometry out of those weird groups, and I will move them out. Hopefully that's not broken. Go ahead and nuke these groups. That happened because I didn't clear the history. Okay, so all those, let me make a geo group. So all of the body pieces. All things be body. And then I'll group that together. This will be the geometry. I don't think I need these anymore. Crap. The hair base I'll keep around as something extra. Yeah, those are all the pieces. Everything's clean and beautiful. And I can always go through and fix textures if I want to. Yeah. I should put the badge on here. Alright, so we have our character, and the next big piece is to do a skeleton. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the arrivals. Yay. Let's see. Time for emoji stories. I love the emoji stories. Thank you, thank you. Time for emoji stories. Yay. Alright. I kind of just want to bust out the skeleton and get it over with so I can move on to something tomorrow. But it's never straightforward. There's always some tweaking and some adjustments and some things, and I know that going in, and I don't want to. What would be potentially a 5 to 10 minute thing could turn into a 20 minute thing. What do you think? Should I do the skeleton now? Should I do it? Do it! I don't think I can like anything yet. It would make me sign in. Everybody dies, no winners. Oh man. Let's go. Here we go. Grabbing some skeletons. Let's do this with X-ray joints on, and I'll do. Oh, that's terrifying. Let's hide the references. Really, my references were not in the reference group? Alright. Let's do X-ray joints. And I'll do X-ray joints in this side view. Okay. That's going to be a root joint. And we'll set that to 0. If you're going into Unity, you don't necessarily need a root, but Maya prefers having a root for animation transfer. So if you're doing your human IK setup and you do motion capture, it recommends you have a root joint, so just put one there, even if you don't need it for Unity. Unreal certainly wants it. Maya appreciates having it. Unity's lame. So anyway, let's turn. We'll turn that part off for the joints. Oh, there is something I do want on the joints. Let's set the bone rate. Okay, those are already set. Good deal. We don't really need a pelvis joint because, well, the pelvis doesn't really move, but where am I going to put this? I guess I'll do here, and then we have our spine joint here. We still need a place for the arms, and our neck doesn't actually move, so I'll put the head joint about there. It's a pretty simple skeleton. Other things that I need on here, we definitely need a leg joint. We need a knee joint, and we need an ankle joint. Our toe does not bend, so I actually don't even need to worry about doing a bendy toe. I will just throw in the ball of the foot here. I'll move it. My OCD wants me to put the ending joint there, but we don't need it. Unless you really wanted it, unless you wanted to have that toe flex. But she doesn't need it. She don't need it. This ankle joint, let's move that back some. Where's that knee? This knee joint, let's move that down and back. Hip joint, where is the end of that? Right about there, so yeah, that's good. Oops. This spine joint, actually let me take the pelvis. Move it forward some, let's go up the chain. Ooh. All kinds of emojis. All right. Before I go too far, I do want to center the spine. Actually, where is that? Is that good in center? Let's move it in just a tad. That's good. Okay, let's go and get the arm joint. I'll put that. We don't have a collarbone, so I'll skip the collarbone. Put the right about here. And I'm not going to articulate the fingers. She's going to have, you know, a hand open or closed or whatever. But what I might do is still build the fingers in there just so I can have an open or close. But I really don't want to have to deal with that. Need to whine a little bit. Boo-hoo. There's work. I will move this elbow back some. There's a reason to kink the elbow, and that is if you do IK, it's easier to bend the elbow. Same thing with the knee. If you put a natural kink in there, it makes life easier for it to bend later. So like on here, if you move this forward a little bit, just a tad, it creates a natural arc for the IK handle. Not that I intend on doing IK with her, but you never know. Alright. I really didn't put enough geometry in this character to allow for full articulation, but I guess I could. And I was getting this close to where the bend is. One, two, three. I'd really like that to be mostly straight, but I guess I can't. I hate the prospect of that being tilted. Oh, that's fine. I'll change the orientation later. I do need a hand joint, actually. Yeah, I'll worry about that in a minute. Oof. This is left thumb 1. Left thumb 2. Thank you for not updating it. Sometimes Maya is good at updating it, sometimes Maya is bad at updating it. Right now, Maya is being bad at updating. Left index 1. I said I wasn't going to do this, and I'm doing it. I hate myself. You suck, self. Middle 1. Yes, you deserve the middle. 2. Middle 3. Middle 4. Left ring 1. I don't know why it's hot as well, you know what I was gonna say. I have to try to keep my language polite because it could have students watching. So rather than mine as you're writing your stuff. Okay, so all those are in. Let's go ahead and name these. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Left hand. Yeah, you can be parented to that. Okay. Pelvis, spine 1, spine 2. Okay. All those are named. Yay. And that's the root. Okay. Let's get these guys into position. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. Now it comes for some orientations. You get bound to you. You get bound to you. You get bound to you. Okay. And then let's start at doesn't matter. I'm going to be reorienting anyway. Let's mirror joint options. Yeah. And then I'm intentionally keeping that off to save me a headache in a minute. But I'll go ahead and orient everything else. Let's select the whole hierarchy and then orient joint options. Toggle local axis visibility, apply. Let's hide the geometry. Okay, so I want it. What do I want? Do I want 90? If I go here and I type in 40 on the other side, if I do that exact, which one? Z? Okay, so I'll nuke you. You're going down the bone here. Why are you backwards? You should not be backwards. Where's my orientation tool? Come here, you. But why? Let's flip this one. And that should be to world. Okay. That is actually really good. That came through the way that I was hoping it would be. One thing I will do though is just to save headache later on is it tends to work out better if these are oriented to world. So it's just to save me a headache later on. You don't have to do it, it just tends to work out better. And then the wrist. same deal. This, I'm going to orient to world. Fingers won't matter. That one, and that one. So the reasoning behind orienting the wrist and the ankles to world is just for IK-FK matching later on. When you try to match the foot or the hand for the FK skeleton to the IK skeleton, it's less of a headache if they're already oriented to world, so that they just match. If they're oriented to the joint space, what ends up happening is gotta nuke this. So let's say you have a joint, right? You got another joint. Okay. Their natural desire is to, point whatever. So let's say X is typically down the bone, and then we'll say Z in this case is going to be this way, and Y would be this way. Okay. Let's say it's something like that, right? It's pointing down the bone. And then this one is kind of the same way. This one's pointing down the bone this way, and then if that's pointing that way, and X is pointing, Y is pointing up, then Z would be going out on the side there. Whatever. Okay. If you have a control, let's say this is my controller for this particular thing. If these are oriented to the joint, but the controller is oriented to world space. So let's say X is usually this way, and Z is usually this way. And then Y is typically this way. There's going to be a mismatch. For FK, it's not that big of a deal, but for IK, it gets twitchy. And if you have those mismatches, it can be an issue. So just plan ahead to not have that situation. There are ways to get around it, like building offset groups that point the right way. But as much as it irks my OCD to point these down the bone, I'm going to just give myself less of a headache for later. There is a downside to doing it this way, though, because other skeletons that don't necessarily match this one, if I try to transfer animation data, they might not be accurate. So there's also that. Okay, so if I'm happy with this, I'll save the space. This one over to the other one. Let me close that for the moment. I'll close the UV thing for the moment. Let's get our mirror joint tool. Do I want orientation or behavior? I believe I want behavior to be set. It should just be the opposite approach, right? Yeah. And then same thing with this one. And that's what I want. Some things I might change specifically are the right here, just these controls. Again, these being in world space is helpful. Where's my orient? Yeah. And then on this one, same dealio. We'll unparent, orient them. We'll see if it bites me, but we'll go that route this time around. And these all point the same direction up. That points the same direction up, okay. Alright, so we'll select the hierarchy. And we'll turn off the displays. Alright, skeleton's built. Now we can just bind this to the skin. So we'll bring her up. And we'll do this. So we're skin, bind, options. Let's do this, set it down to 1. We'll do joint. Selected joints here. Closest to distance is what I want. Oh. Oh, my back is kind of done for the day. It was really weird. Like, I usually don't have back pain, but my wife's bed's terrible. How do I want to do these? I'll just do the arms first. We'll bind one at a time. So what I'm doing is I'm binding one joint to one piece. That gives us the ability to move just the one. And then down here, this section, this is going to be the hierarchy. I don't have enough definition on the fingers to really allow for anything other than a 1-to-1. So let me go ahead and just do that as it is. and we'll see how it goes. Can I bend a finger? Yeah, how bad does it look though? It's good enough. It'll do the job. Okay. And then I can do the same thing on this side. U with this. And then I want selected joint for the others. U to that. Yes. U to that. Yes. Okay. Alright, so pelvis to here will be the 1. Spine to here will be 1. And then head will be 1. Also going to bind the hair and that. The hip for the leg, yes. 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 So all those should be bound and go well. Yeah, that leg works. And that. Yep. So what I should do inside here, because of the gap, I should color the inside of the leg the same color as the knee pad. That's what you'd see when the leg opens. Well, we can set that back to 0. All the joints are bound to there. Let's check the head. Is the head going to do its job? Yes. Ah, but that head joint is not... Okay, so let me unbind the head. Skeleton... skin, we'll unbind. Let's delete the history on that bind. I'll take just this one joint. I'm going to unparent it, and I will set this one to world. I have other things bound to it. There we go, and that'll give us a cleaner bend. Let's see, how's the torso looking? We can turn the torso, we can bend the torso. Good enough. Okay. So we have a basic skeleton. We don't need anything super fancy for her. And I think I'm going to call that an evening. So at some point, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, we'll do some animations for it and put it into Unreal so we can have some basic tank controls for her to walk around. Doesn't have to be too fancy. She can't jump because Resident Evil doesn't have a jumping ability for the older game, so yeah, that'll be pretty quick. So I shall catch you on the next one. Have a good night.